Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be Game 7, and it's going to be another mirror PvP, Protoss versus Protoss. And my opponent is Norton, the red Protoss here, down in the left-hand corner, who has said that he also subscribes to my channel. I actually get that in a lot of the games I play, so my default response is just these two eyes right here. So if you guys meet me in the beta, I mean, I get a lot of people meet me in the beta, so I'll give you a default response and hope we have a good game. So I've been playing a lot of Protoss lately, and I've actually been looking to get let me set the speed to faster. Thanks a lot, guys, for pointing out that the replay is actually supposed to be in faster and not fast. That's a bug by Blizzard. But anyways, I've been playing a lot of Protoss lately, looking for a nice long game, as I said right here. And unfortunately, most of the games I played today, at least, have ended prematurely, below 15 minutes, and didn't really make use of the tech tree, either resulting in me winning quickly or me getting owned quickly. So this game right here is gonna be promising. I think you guys will enjoy it. And I'm not going to say much else because I don't want to spoil it too much. But it is a Protoss versus Protoss. I was hoping it could be a PvT or PvZ, but it seems like the majority of people on Battle.net are playing Protoss. So it is a bit more difficult to match up against Zerg and Terran. But this game was pretty enjoyable nonetheless. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Also, I want to thank all the guys who've been helping me out with donations. And I really do appreciate it. I'm going to get to your shout-outs in a little bit. So what I usually do is whoever, is generous enough to donate, kind enough to help me out, I usually let you guys have a shout-out. So I'm probably going to just make a separate video, or maybe I'll incorporate it into the next game. I just haven't had a chance to look at them all yet. But yeah, thanks a lot for helping me out. I really appreciate it. And I'll keep pumping out these games for you guys to watch, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Anyways, somebody suggested to leave the counter on production, so I'll try that out this game. I'm the blue Protoss at the top left-hand corner, top right-hand corner. Excuse me, by the way. So you guys can see that my opponent is getting a pretty quick cyber core. He's opting to go technology first. Over Zealots fast over 2 gates, and he's actually walled off his ramp quite well, so he's got a good build going on here. I'm not gonna be able to break that with a 2-gate build, and he'll be able to tech up faster than I can. By the way, you guys see this swirly thing over the gateway. I'm gonna highlight it right here. It's the Chrono Boost ability. And that's actually an ability that comes from the Nexus, new macro mechanic for Protoss. And it costs 25 energy to use Chrono Boost. You put it on a building lasting 30 seconds, and everything that builds out of that building will build 2 times faster. So that's a very neat mechanic. And of course the pros will be the ones who can take advantage of that to its fullest, being able to be aware to use it every time you have 25 energy. Anyways, back in my opponent's base. He was actually quite a good player. I would say he was about the same level as me. And if you're watching this right now, Norton, props to you. That was a great game. So right now we're just macroing up and getting ready for the battles ahead. You guys can see in production right now both building a Stalker. With the Chrono Boost on my Stalker, so it's going to build twice as fast here. Very, very neat ability, guys. And I've got a second Stalker as well coming out of my second gateway. I feel like my opponent might be a bit in trouble right here, simply because he's only got 1 gateway. But we'll see how it works out. And right now, I'm not sure why, but my recording FPS is dropping to like 10, so hopefully it picks back up in a little bit. But it looks like my opponent is going to move in here with Zealots and a Stalker, and there's going to be a big battle going on right here. Pulling away my Zealots, the one that was taking damage, so it doesn't die. And it looks like my opponent loses that battle. So Norton's going to have to pull back here. I've got the superior army now. And right now I definitely want to push forward and take advantage of that victory right there. And at the same time, remembering to always continue building units at your base. That's one of the key concepts of Starcraft, really, is during a battle you got to keep building units at your base, or you're going to find yourself crap out of luck without reinforcements. Now, the way my opponent has constructed his ramp, it's going to be extremely difficult for me to break it. He's already got stalkers built up, and he's actually got 2 gateways, 3 gateways here, morphed into warp gates. So, a little bit more clarification. The warp gate, you guys can see here, has a cooldown. And the number right here shows how many units you can bring out. Every time the cooldown comes up, you can bring out 1 more unit. So hopefully in future videos I'll show a little bit more about the warp gate, but at this point I realized I'm not going to break that ramp. So I'm going to go for the back door right here. This is Blistering Sands, by the way, a 1v1 map. Every base has a back door with destructible rocks. And I decided to leave the Zealot here in case he tried to push out. And so meanwhile I'm breaking the rocks down, I'm bringing in more reinforcing units. And I'm teching up to a robotics facility here. And what I like to do in PvP or PvT is get that robo facility out fast. It gives you Immortals, and it gives you Colossus, which is great in PvP or PvT. And right when you get the robotics facility out, you can build an observer. You don't need an observatory anymore. So I'm getting the observer, and while the observer is building, I'm getting the robotics base so I can construct my Colossus. And now I've broken through the rocks. My opponent also gets a robotics facility out, and he's getting a Twilight Council, which is the new Citadel of the Doom. I've cancelled that, but I realized that he has a greater Stalker force, and I'm probably not going to win this fight. But the really tough thing is that Stalkers move slightly faster than Zealots, and it's annoying for 2 reasons. One, you can't run away from Stalkers. Your Zealots are going to die. And 2, when your Zealots and Stalkers move together as a group, your Stalkers will end up being in front of the Zealots, which is not what you want. So it's a little bit annoying. It takes a little bit of micromanagement to control that, but it's a new feature. You know, just got to get used to it to be a better player. And here my opponent showcasing some good micro there, picking off the weak Zealots. I've also got 3 gateways. I've decided not to go the warp gate route. I just haven't really mastered it yet, but ideally you definitely want to get warp gates. And so I've got my observatory out. Excuse my observer out. I haven't done anything with it yet, and I've also got my first Immortal out. The Immortal is a really good unit. It has a lot of health, 300 health total with shields combined, and it does a lot of damage to armored units. Its hardened shield allows it to take less, reduced damage down to 10 if any damage done over 10, as long as he has shields. You guys can reread the tooltip there. And my opponent here is actually going to destroy the destructible rocks, so at this point in the game I did not know that he was going to do this, and I'm going to actually view this from my side for a bit, and you guys can see that it is still in the fog of war. I cannot see that he has expanded there, but I do have my observer and I'm sending it over to the natural. And I realized that he hasn't expanded yet, so maybe he's up here. And this is where I scouted the probe, and I saw the probes chilling there. The rocks are destroyed, so I knew that he was going to grab that expo. Meanwhile, my opponent's Stalkers are just chilling outside my base. I can't see this. Keep in mind, this is fogged out for me. And here we go, moving in here with the Zealots and the Immortal, the tank in the front, and the Stalkers in the back. My opponent has already researched Blink at the Twilight Council, and he is just pumping mass Stalkers here. And look at the Stalkers HP. It's about on par with the Zealot. 80 shields, 80 HP. Exactly on par, actually.